It's not really something embarrassing to lose to Philadelphia these days. I mean, 12 teams that have played against them out of 13 games have come to such outcome. But Philadelphia really, it seemed to me, I'll be honest, it seemed to me that Philadelphia was going to be in the beginning, although I don't know, now I don't know how that was ever the case, but I thought Philadelphia was going to be like Steelers 2 years ago, I think.
Oh yeah, when they went 11-0.
Yes, yeah. And after that they lost.
I think many people thought the same. I think mostly it's because of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I think many people still don't believe in him, despite him being either 1 or 2 on the MVP ladder at the moment. I think it's either him or Mahomes at the moment.
You can easily make the case. I think you can easily make the case.
If he wins it, I would not be mad at all. Like he has taken a step, which I have to admit I did not see it coming. I think I think for both Hurts and Tua, I want to just mention Tua real quick. I wasn't a believer in either of them. I was low on Hurts when he came out. I didn't really understand why he was a second round draft pick. Tua, I kind of understood why he had all the hype, because he looked good in college. But then after the first 2 years for either guys, I didn't see it in either of them. And now this year, both of them proved me wrong. Obviously, Tua still has some question marks. I mean, you could see against the Chargers, he had 28 attempts and only 10 completions or something like that. It was a horrible game from him. Yeah. But for Hurts, you just don't see any of this. Like, if you actually sit down, it's not just the numbers for Hurts. Like, he is playing really well. That
he's balled out non-stop.
Like, that offense is insane. Devonta Smith has close to 800 yards. A.J. Brown has already surpassed 1,000 yards. Miles Sanders finally broke out. Like, I don't know if it's the play calling as well, but Miles Sanders also finally has 1,000 yards. That offense is just clicking. They have still one of the best offensive lines in the league. Defense, I don't think it's questionable. It's a little worse. I think a lot of it is on coaching, but they have a really good, D-line. They signed Linval Joseph. They signed how do you say that? Ndamu Kongsu. Mid-season as well. They have Fletcher.
I think nobody says the N in the beginning. It's a silent N at this point.
Probably. So they have a lot of talent, obviously, like old talent, but they have a lot of talent on the defense as well. One question mark to me is the safety, because I don't know what they can do at safety right now. That seems to be a question mark at the moment, because they had I think currently they have an undrafted free agent starting at strong safety, Reed Blankenship, and he has actually looked pretty solid, but he got injured. Oh no, he's actually listed as free safety, okay, but still, he's at one of the safety spots with Marcus Epps, and he has looked like decent, especially for a UDFA. I actually had him on my radar as well, coming out of college.
The draft.
Like, I had him with a draftable grade, because I watched him not like this draft season, but like in 2021, because I thought he was going to come out that year. And then he decided to go back to school, and then came out this year. I thought it was a good pickup. He seems to have been playing pretty well. But when he got injured, they put in Kayvon Wallace, who's in his third year, and he just looks lost out there. So if they have to start him, unless they sign someone, or I don't know what they're gonna do. They cannot start Kayvon Wallace, because he's not. He's just not good.
But it does the job thus far. The defense.
Oh yeah, for sure. They still have a good defense. I mean, their cornerback duo, for example, is one of the best in the league, I think, with Darius Slay and James Bradbury.
Oh yeah, I've been a James Bradbury fan for a long time.
I don't understand what the Giants were thinking with that.
Yeah.
When they let James Bradbury go, like, I know it was mainly about the contract, I think, because it was to save cap space, but man.
And before that, the Panthers also.
Yeah. I think was it like Bradbury was like a top 5 to 10 cornerback like 2 years ago, and then last year it was kind of like an off year, but he was still okay. And then they just released him now.
I think his last year with the Panthers, he had an allowed passer rating through the air under 80.
Yeah,
you know what that means.
Yeah, 18 or 80?
Under 80. It can't be under 18,
okay.
Of course.
I mean, under 18 is like with the quarterback just kept throwing the ball to the ground. Yeah,
I think it's impossible.
Yeah, but that's still.
Richard Sherman had like the greatest allowed passer rating in the history of the playoffs, and it was like 30 something.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I think that's about if the quarterback keeps throwing the ball to the ground, it like for every play the QBR would be like.
I think there's a minimum for. I think there's a minimum for the passer rating. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the defense gets the job done so far. Like I don't think they are gonna lose a game because of the defense. It could be because of them. At the moment, I don't see any other team that's as like solid in all like three aspects of the ball as the Eagles. Like they have a really, really strong offense. They have a solid defense, and their special teams. Obviously, it's nothing to worry about. Like there have been some problems with the kick returner, but I'm sure they're gonna figure that out.
That's too small of an
element
element of the
team.
game.
I mean, that's for every team. I guess. Like, come on.
Yeah, Philadelphia. Even I have admitted that they're no longer the 2020 Steelers in my eyes. I see them as a legitimate favorites now.
I think they're a legit contender.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. But I was excited about Philadelphia from the very off season. Between free agents in the draft, they're one of the teams that improved the most, even before the year. So you could foresee that improvement.
I definitely agree. Like I think before the season, if I looked at like simply the rosters itself, the Eagles easily had a top 5 roster.
Yeah.
I obviously didn't account for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I didn't count him into the
to be that good.
Yeah. Like I didn't expect him to be that good, but now I mean you see solid team, really good quarterback.
Yeah.
What can go wrong? I mean,
in one of the most improved teams, most of that, to a big extent at least, from the starting roster, most of that started with the AJ Brown trade at the beginning of the draft. Is that the best trade this year in the NFL?
I'm trying to think of other trades, but I mean, it's definitely not the Russell Wilson trade. not the Deshaun Watson trade.
Definitely not trades involving a person called Russell.
Yeah.
Because I've heard the Russell Westbrook trade. I don't watch NBA, but I've heard that trade also didn't go very well.
Oh yeah, well, that happened.
With the Houston Rockets or
2 years ago.
Yeah.
With the Wizards. No?
I don't know.
I think
you can tell me.
Yeah. Washington Wizards. Yeah, but it is probably the best trade so far. I mean, I can't think of a lot of other trades at the moment.
Yeah.
Like big trades that happened, but it's easily one of the best.
To close out the topic about the Eagles, you remember 2017. It was a historic year for Philadelphia, historic year for the city of Philadelphia. We cannot help but make comparison between this team and that. Is this team better than that team?
That's a really tough question. Because like the first thing that comes to my mind is trying to compare the quarterbacks. But first of all, Carson Wentz.
Difficult to compare because he didn't play the whole season.
Yeah. I think the team as a whole might just be better. I think they are better. Like Nick Foles, the performance that he put on in the playoffs is not something that a lot of quarterbacks could have done. Like even for like it's not that performance wasn't crazy for Nick Foles. It was crazy for any quarterback, really. I don't think you can probably like replicate that if you tried it again. I want to see them obviously in the playoffs, like how the Eagles play. But I think this team might be more talented, and you have a lot more upside with Jalen Hurts compared to like with Vance. It's tough to tell, but the Hurts' upside in the running game or as a running threat is just like an extra option for the Eagles to utilize. So I don't know if they're necessarily better. I think they are a more dangerous team. Yeah. I would, if I were an NFL team, I'd rather play the 2017 version, I think.
And their receiving corps at the time, they had Zach Ertz, but the receivers weren't that good.
It was like old Alshon Jeffrey, old Deshaun Jackson, I think. Yeah, it wasn't
the old
that
dogs.
Great. Yeah.
Dogs.
It wasn't that good of a core, and now you have AJ Brown, you have Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, really good tight end. The Eagles' offense is insanely talented.
Big things coming for the Philadelphia Eagles, perhaps, but also nothing is yet sure in their own division.